I'm so glad you're practicing yoga today. Thanks for tuning in, turning this on. It is almost 0 degrees here today. Started out as -6, but I'm glad about that because that's the way Minnesota is supposed to be at this time of year. It's been a little rough on the dogs because it's hard to play outside when it's so cold, but they've been playing together inside. They might make an appearance in the video today. We'll see. Today, I'd love to normalize the idea of slowly figuring out one's number. And one way we can better figure out, have I decided on the right number, the right dominant type in my life? Is this really who I am? One way to approach that is to look at the peace point. Sandra Maitre talks about the security point. She refers to it as the heart point. But we have those stress and security moves. We take on the energy of 2 different numbers in those 2 moves. Spend some time thinking about when you feel completely secure and at home in yourself. What kind of behaviors do you exhibit? How do you feel? What kind of energy do you take on? After you meditate on what peace looks like for you personally in your own life, then check out the web link, read more, or if you have books at home, that's the best place to read about it. But delve into your security move, the energy and the move to your peace point. Does that resonate with you? If for any reason it doesn't, if it seems strikingly different from how you experience peace or security, the potential is that you might be self-identifying as a different type than what you really are. And that's fine. That's part of this long self-observation science experiment of personal growth. Just as we move from pose to pose in yoga to increase our flexibility and our strength, my hope is that we would use the enneagram in the same way to grow our access to grab onto other energies around the circle in order to balance ourselves out, to be more whole. Self-identifying our type is the very first step on a lifelong journey of expansion. Let's start at the top of the mat today. Hands at your heart, feet about hip width distance, grounding into the earth, rolling around on the feet, finding your stability and connection, and then closing the eyes. First, relaxing and releasing. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Another one. And then seal the lips. Soften the knees a little bit so you can press into the mat, feet pushing into the earth and slightly away from one another. The feet don't move, it just fires up muscles in the legs all the way up to the hips. Pull the navel in and up. Draw the shoulders down your back, crown of the head extending high, and push the hands together. You haven't really moved, but you're experiencing a completely different sensation in the body. There's power, there's energy flowing. Set your intention for that energy to flow. Consider your peace point, qualities of that number as you breathe and move today. We are more than just our main motivation. Blink the eyes open. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, heart leads as you fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands and the right toes step all the way to the back of the mat. Drop the hips low, lift the heart and the gaze, and rock a little bit back and forth, forward and back. Just to continue to open up the hips. Finally, pushing that right heel all the way to the back as far as you can. The right hand plants, the left arm reaches high. Dragonfly twist. And while you're here, exhale, left arm over the crown of your head. Your palm flips to face the earth. And continue drawing the left hand all the way down to the mat as you step the left toes to the back And exhale, lift the hips high, down dog. Bend into one knee and then the other. And then find stillness. Feel the navel draw in and up. One more inhale. Exhale, step the right foot all the way to the top of the mat and drop your hips, lift your heart. Feel free to bend that back knee as much as you need to there. And then to the shifting of the weight, forward and back, forward and back. Finally, push the left heel as far back as you can. Plant the left hand, inhale, right arm high, dragonfly twist. Exhale, right arm over the crown of your head, keeping your heart turned to the side, your gaze shifting up to the ceiling if possible, right palm facing the earth. And then continue drawing the right hand all the way down to the mat. Engage your core and step your left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, stand tall. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. As you're here, just notice tiny bend in the knees so you can activate the legs again. You might even push the feet away from one another. That subtle sensation. Core is engaged as you lean over to the right. Hips pushing to the left. Inhale, stand tall. Grab your right wrist, lean to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, heart leads, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right toes all the way to the back of the mat. Set your right knee down, engage your core, come up to crescent moon. Exhale, hands to the hips. Once again, shift forward and back. And then with a strong core, knees at 90 degrees, the right arm reaches up and over as the right hip presses forward. The glutes are engaged. And then reach both arms high on an inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. Curl the right toes under. Step the left toes to a high plank. First high plank here. Micro bend in the elbows. Power in the core. Heels pushing to the back of the room. Shift weight forward a little bit. And then exhale, bend the elbows. Hovering the whole body for a moment. Exhale, let everything come down. Inhale, cobra, pushing into the earth a little bit with the hands this time and feeling a tuck of the tailbone. So it's like you're pushing your quads and your hips into the earth. Exhale, lower down, plant the hands. You can come either to hands and knees or high plank on your way to down dog. Long and even breath. Lips sealed. Strong core. Bottom of your exhale, the right foot steps all the way to the top of the mat. Left knee comes down. Rise up, crescent moon. And take your hands to the hips. Back and forward, moving. And then 90 degrees, bend in both knees. Left arm reaches up and over. Powerful core and glutes as you lean over to the right. Feeling a stretch in the psoas on the left side. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands plant to frame the right foot. Curl the left toes under. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, open twist to the right. Gazing over the right shoulder, right arm to the back, left arm to the front. Inhale, face forward, arms high. Exhale, open to the left. Left arm drops behind you, right arm to the front. Inhale, face forward. Find a drishti, lift up off the heels. Exhale, heels down, hands to your heart and bend into your knees, dropping the tailbone behind you, the weight dropping into the heels. Lift your toes. You're welcome to keep them lifted or set them down again. Push the hands together. Draw the shoulders down your back. Exhale, arms come to a low V, palms face the earth, shoulder blades pull together behind you, and then push weight into the toes so that the heels lift up. Maybe the hips drop even lower. Challenge here to hold your gaze as you stand tall, straightening the legs, reaching the arms high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to your hips. Lift up the right knee, rotating the right ankle, even from the hip joint or the knee joint, moving around however you need to. And then we're going to step the right foot back in its own lane for warrior one. So we've got an outward rotation with the hip as the right foot steps all the way to the back in its own lane. Straighten into the front leg. Turn a little, gaze over the right shoulder. See that leg straight and strong. And then as you rotate the heart to face the front, see how much you can rotate the hips to face front as well. And then bend into the front knee. Inhale, reach arms high for warrior one. Close the eyes here. Notice where you're connected to the earth. Feel that grounding and support. Blink the eyes open. Lift up the left heel. Exhale, heel comes down. And lean forward. You can pull the left hip back a little bit. Arms come to the low V. Shoulder blades active behind you once more. Inhale, unwind the arms and open up to turn your heart to face the right long side of your mat. Straighten both legs and gaze down to make sure the left heel is more or less in line with the right arch. Setting up for triangle, hips shift to the back, left arm forward, and then down as the right arm reaches high. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, lift up the left arm, reverse your triangle. And draw your hands to your heart. Engage your core. Step the right foot up to meet the left, facing front. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to your hips. Shift weight into the right leg, lift the left knee, start with rotating the ankle. So you're working on core strength here and lift in the heart, even as you are opening up in the joints. Find stillness, draw that knee out to the side, and then step the left foot back in its own lane. Straighten the right leg, shift your heart to face the left long side of your mat so you can gaze at your back foot. Make sure that foot is flat to the earth and the outer edge remains connected to the ground. As you rotate your heart to face forward, can you draw that left hip with you as much as possible? So you feel a deep stretch on the front of the left hip as you bend into the right knee. Arms reach high for your warrior one. Close the eyes. And in this place, option to lift the right heel. Exhale, left heel down. Lean forward, arms to a low V. Right hip pulls back a little bit more. Back is still extended long. It's not resting on the front leg. Inhale, unwind, open up to your heart to the left long side of the mat. Legs straighten. The right heel is in line with the left arch. Gazes over the right hand as the hips shift to the back. And then you reach forward and down with the right hand as the left arm extends high, expansive triangle pose. Can you twist from the base of your spine any more to shift your gaze to the ceiling? Inhale, reach the right arm up and over to reverse your triangle. And then draw hands to heart center as you straighten your torso. Engage your core. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Micro bend in the knees here. Navel drawing in and up. Chin tucks just a little bit because the top of the head, the crown of the head is shining forward to keep that straight line all the way from the sacrum through the spine, the neck, out the crown of your head. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the earth. Step back to high plank. You can be on your knees here or knees lifted, heels pressing to the back of the room. 3 more breath cycles here. On your chaturanga, bending the elbows to the back, you could come all the way down to the belly or hover the body. Inhale to cobra again on the belly or press into the hands and the tops of the feet for up dog. And depending on your lower back and how it feels, again, you might need to tuck the tailbone. It lifts the legs a little higher, eases strain in the back. And finally, down dog, lifting the hips high. Checking in with the breath. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot forward in its own lane. Left toes don't move as you rise up, crescent lunge. One big bend of the back leg, dropping deeper in the front knee. And then as you straighten the left leg, can you stay low in the right knee? Exhale, open twist to the right. Right arm reaches behind you. So does your gaze. You could take your hands to your heart and hook the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Inhale, return to crescent. Exhale, straighten the front leg as hands come down to the ground or to blocks on either side of the right leg. Drop the left heel down. And then engage the core. Step the left foot up so that you can flatten it comfortably on the earth. Now the sensation we want is to push the feet into the mat front to back to fire up muscles in the legs. Left hand plants, right arm reaches high, revolving your pyramid. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, hands come to your waist, and you rise all the way up with the crown of the head reaching to the sky. Shift weight into the right leg and lift the left knee. Flex the left foot, cross ankle over knee for figure 4. You could take hands to the earth here to open up the lower back. That's an option in figure 4. Might lose your balance along the way, that's okay. Inhale, rise up. And step the left foot down. Reach both arms high. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the earth. Make your way to down dog by stepping directly there or flowing through your vinyasa. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step forward. Firm foundation in the feet. You're on the left foot flat and the back toes, the right toes. Crescent lunge. Deep bend in the right knee, might even touch the earth. Try to keep the left knee bent as much as possible as you re-straighten the right leg any amount. Exhale, open twist to the left. Heart faces the left. Left arm to the back, right arm to the front. Powerfully straight right leg. And an option to take hands together at your sternum, twisting from the base of your spine as you hook your right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Shift your gaze down and then unwind, reaching the arms high again, crescent lunge, and then folding forward, hands to the earth, straightening the front leg. First hamstring stretch here, that back heel is still off the ground. And then activate the core so you can step the right foot up to where it's flat on the earth. Notice that different sensation there. And then actively push into the mat with both feet as if you were trying to separate it front to back. Right hand plants, left arm reaches high, revolved pyramid. The left hip is pulling back. Maybe both feet are still pushing into the mat with force. Spine is extended. Exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, draw your hands to your hips. Come to a flat back and then rise up with that flat back. Weight shifts in the left foot. So the right knee lifts, right foot flexes. Figure 4 on this side. Ankle over knee, dropping the hips behind you, bending into your supporting leg, keeping the spine straight, or choosing to fold over and touch the earth or a block with your hands. Inhale, rise up. Just step the right foot down, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, step the feet wide to face the right long side of your mat. Star pose, toes out, heels in. Not your widest pose though, because I want you to feel weight on the outer edges of your feet. Find your drishti, and we're going to try to lift up the heels here in star pose. Breathe deeply. And then from this place, can you bend your knees and cactus your arms, keeping those heels lifted? This is an experiment for me too. One more breath. Heels come down. Inhale back to star pose. Take your hands to the lower back. Push your hips forward, gaze up. Take a little back bend. Return to star pose, reaching the arms high. And then bend the knees and the elbows once more. Take your hands to your knees. Push them apart. Drop the right shoulder down as you turn to face the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder down. Come back to center. Kick the heels out. Draw the toes in and take the hands to the earth. Wide-legged forward fold. You can keep a micro bend in the knees there. See how far back you can walk your hands underneath you. Fingertips facing forward, flattening the palms, pressing into the earth if that's accessible to you. Going for a 90-degree bend in the arms. That will one day set you up for a head balance there. Should we do it today? Why not? We'll see what happens. Only if you do not have neck issues, you can try this tripod headstand. Maybe it works best. Some people like to take the knees to the elbows first. I find it better just to lift the feet off the ground and then slowly draw the legs toward one another. Drishti is important, as is that core balance. Trying to come out as softly as you entered. And then from here, walk your hands forward a little bit. Set your knees on the ground and walk your tabletop around to face front. So your hands and knees are on the earth. We haven't done cat and cow this class, so drop the belly, look up on the inhale, shoulder blades pull back toward one another. Exhale, push into the earth, round your spine, chin to chest. One more. Move in any little ways that are helpful. And then find that strong flat back, navel pulling in and up. Right arm and left leg reach in opposition. Left pinky toe facing the ground. Exhale, cactus the arm and the leg. So bend your elbow out to the side and your knee out to the side. Inhale, front to back. Exhale, bend out to the sides. Do this a few more times. I noticed my belly was dropping a little bit here and there, so take note of what's going on internally, all the little micro movements. How can you support yourself? Come back through center, move directly onto the other side, give the left wrist a break, reach long, flat back, strong core. Shoulders out of the ears. Right pinky toe faces the ground when you're reaching front to back. Exhale, bend both knee and elbow. Inhale, reach long. Try and keep the rest of the body as stationary as possible as you take this movement. So you are opening that hip on the side lift. You are closing it when you reach front to back. Last one. And exhale, hands and knees down. Come to sit back onto your knees. Shake out the wrists if you need to. Coming to saddle pose. That means you could stay here. If this is not a comfortable place, put a pillow or something in between your hips and heels. If you can go deeper, you separate the feet, pull the calf muscles out so you can sit down in between the feet. That might be enough. You could walk the hands behind you. You could set the elbows on the earth. You could even set the shoulder blades on the ground. You could lie back here. This is as far as I'm taking it today. I'm going to let my throat open, my head drop. It's a really intense pose, so do not push yourself. This is an exploration of safe depth. slowly press yourself out. Take your hands in front of you again and straighten one leg at a time, curling the toes under behind you. Come to a high plank. We're going to do a few regular push-ups here if you want. Maybe it's because I'm cold. I'm trying to build warmth. I'm going to separate my hands a little bit. The elbows are bending out to the sides and then straightening. So you could be on your knees for this. We're not going to do a ton. Try to keep your head in line with your torso. You're not reaching your nose down to the earth. Just a couple more. Lift the hips high. Come to down dog. Widen the stance of the feet. Walk your hands a little closer. Shorten your down dog so that you can take your right hand to the outside of your left leg anywhere and bend the right elbow if it's available. So you're gazing underneath your left armpit. And release the right hand down. Left hand comes to the outside of the right leg. Hips try to remain in line. You're twisting from the core. And release the left hand. Walk the feet up behind the hands. Drop your hips. We're going to set up for crow pose. Trying out crow. Hands on the earth, shoulder width distance. And you're drawing your knees as close as you can to your armpits. Everyone gets into this place a little bit differently, so explore, see what's best for you. I guess I should... Let's do that again. You might just stay in your version of malasana. You don't have to come into this balance. We've done a lot on the wrists today. One more inhale. And then exhale, release. Set the feet down, straighten the legs. Come to a standing forward fold here. Bend one knee and then the other. Walk the feet closer together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the right knee high. Exhale, step it forward, not too far. Left arm reaches high. We're going to come into revolved half moon from a little bit different way. We're going to see if this is available to us today. Why not? Try it. All right. Shift weight into the right foot. The left leg remains straight, that left pinky toe facing the ground, so the hips are closed. It's a long line. It's like a half of a warrior three here with the arms. And then you're going to drop the left arm down, either to a block, to the ground, or hover it as the right arm reaches high. Let your gaze be wherever it's available to find balance. It might shift all the way up to the ceiling. It might not. Try to keep the back leg, the lifted leg, straight. You can have a micro bend in that supporting leg. It's quite helpful. One more inhale. Exhale, both hands come down to the ground. Left foot meets the right as you crouch and curl. Drop the hips low, touch your forehead to your knees to open up your back and your neck. And then straighten the legs. You're in a forward fold. Soften the knees, roll up. Shoulder roll at the top. Step back a little bit. Take your hands to your hips. The left knee lifts and the left leg steps forward. Left hand stays on your hip. Right arm reaches high. Long line all the way from the fingertips to the toes. You shift weight into that left leg, trying to maintain a closed hip here as you lean forward. Long line. Eventually the right hand comes down to the ground and you begin to rotate the torso to the left, opening up the arms wide, possibly to revolve your half moon. Crown of the head extending, a long spine, a strong core. One more inhale. Exhale, both hands come to the ground and step back to a high plank this time. Holding here. Reach the right arm forward, around, and touch the leg. Plant the right hand. So swimmers here in high plank or hands and knees if this is too much. One more each side. Push back to down dog. And then make your way onto your back. Pull the knees into your chest. Rock side to side. And set the feet down flat, heels as close to the hips as you can. Draw the navel in so the lower back touches the earth. And then lift up your hips. Option to rock the shoulders underneath you so you can connect the hands. But if you do this, I see a lot of people in class then try to lift themselves up with their hands. That's not the point here. The point is to push down into the earth with your arms and your hands and your feet to lift up from there. See if you can keep the hips lifted and extend your right leg straight. And then set the right leg down. Extend the left leg straight. Set the left foot down and your hips come down as well. Pull the knees in. Open the knees out to either side of your torso. Holding there for happy baby or grabbing for the soles of the feet. Pulling the knees downward, flattening the feet as if they were standing on the ceiling. Feeling the sacrum touch the earth. Release any hold you have. Take the knees back together and set the feet on the ground again. You can return to bridge pose, or you can take the hands to either side of your head, lifting up everything. And there's even the opportunity there to straighten one leg at a time. And when you're done, come all the way down to the back. Pull the knees in again. Keep the right knee pulled in. Relax the left leg down. Really squeeze in to compress at the front of the hip joint. And then as you straighten the right leg, any amount, you could even grab a peace finger to big toe. Activate the left leg as well. You could even pull your torso up toward the right leg. And then bend into the right knee, relax the left leg, take it into your spinal twist. Knee falls to the left, right arm to the right. Come through center, right leg relaxes, left knee pulls in, relaxing the right leg first as you compress. And then when you straighten the left leg, you activate the right. Option to pull yourself toward the left leg. And then bend into your knee once more, taking the knee to the right as you extend left arm out. Come back through center. And make your way to Shavasana. Lying flat, or if the knees are bent, they're falling in toward one another. Arms could be outstretched with the palms facing up. I'm keeping my hands on my belly today for warmth. Find your place of stillness as you let everything go in your muscles. Let your mind settle again on your peace point. What parts of you are naturally part of that number? How can you support yourself to access the energy of peace? With the eyes still closed, rock your head side to side. Move in the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. And support yourself as you come to a comfortable seat. And draw your palms together in gratitude for yourself, for your body, your mind, and your heart. Take this peace with you as you explore your peace point this week. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.